designer clothes, and million-dollar mansions for a moment. The truth is far more surprising and far more strategic. While most people chase material things, the wealthy play a completely different game. And once you understand how they spend, you'll start seeing money in a whole new light. Today, I'm going to reveal 10 shocking ways the rich use their money, not just to live well, but to grow their wealth, protect their legacy, and buy something even more valuable than luxury: freedom. These aren't just theories. After years of studying financial behavior, working with investors, and helping people shift their money mindset, I've seen firsthand what separates the rich from the rest. And it's not just income, it's intention. Though, if you've ever wondered why you work hard but still feel stuck, or why some people seem to multiply their wealth while others barely get by, this video is for you. Because once you understand how the rich think about spending, you can start applying those same principles no matter your income level. And that's where real transformation begins. Stay with me, because what you'll learn today could change the way you handle money forever. Asterisk. Let's be honest, most people are stuck in a cycle. You work hard, you earn your paycheck, you pay your bills, and maybe you save a little. But despite all that effort, real financial freedom feels miles away. You look around and see others, especially the wealthy, living lives that seem effortless. They travel, invest, build businesses, and somehow keep growing richer. And you wonder, what am I missing? The truth is, it's not just about how much money you make. It's about how you think about money and, more importantly, how you spend it. Most people spend emotionally, reactively, or out of habit. The rich, they spend strategically. Every dollar has a purpose. Every expense is either an investment, a tool, or a calculated indulgence. Think about this. When most people get a raise, they upgrade their lifestyle. New car, better clothes, maybe a bigger house. But when the rich earn more, they upgrade their systems. They buy time, they buy access, they buy leverage. And that's why their wealth keeps multiplying. It's not that they don't enjoy life, they do. But they understand that spending isn't just consumption. It's a form of control. It's a way to shape their future, protect their assets, and expand their influence. Let me give you a quick story. A friend of mine once told me about a wealthy client who spent $50,000 on a private retreat, not for luxury, but to connect with high-level entrepreneurs. That one weekend led to a joint venture that made him millions. Most people would see that as a splurge. He saw it as a strategic investment. This is the mindset shift we need to talk about. Because once you understand how the rich approach spending, you'll start to see opportunities where others see expenses. You'll begin to ask different questions, not, can I afford this? But will this move me forward? And that's exactly what we're diving into next. Asterisk. So how exactly do the rich spend their money, and what can we learn from it? In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 10 powerful spending habits that reveal how the wealthy think differently. These aren't just tips, they're mindset shifts. Each one shows how money can be used not just to buy things, but to build leverage, freedom, and long-term wealth. We'll start with how the rich prioritize time over possessions, and why that simple shift can dramatically change your productivity and income. Then we'll explore the psychology behind luxury purchases, what they really mean, and how they're used strategically. You'll see how maintaining wealth comes with hidden costs, and why education and self-development are non-negotiable investments for the rich. We'll dive into the world of art and collectibles, not just as hobbies, but as alternative assets. And we'll unpack philanthropy not just as generosity, but as a legacy and tax strategy, from unforgettable experiences to business expense lifestyles. From biohacking to financial optimization, each habit reveals a deeper truth. The rich don't just spend money, they use it as a tool. And here's the best part. You don't need millions to start applying these principles. You just need awareness, intention, and a willingness to think differently. Let's break down each one, starting with the most overlooked advantage the rich buy every day: time. If there's one thing the rich understand better than anyone else, it's this: time is the ultimate currency. While most people spend money on things, clothes, cars, the wealthy spend money to reclaim their time. They know that time is finite, and once it's gone, you can't earn it back. That's why they're willing to pay a premium for anything that saves them hours, streamlines their day, or frees them to focus on what truly matters. Think about it. The average person might spend hours each week cleaning, commuting, or managing errands. The rich, they outsource, they hire personal assistants, use concierge services, fly private to skip airport lines, and automate everything from bill payments to grocery deliveries. It's not laziness, it's leverage. Here's a real-world example. A successful entrepreneur I know spends $3,000 a month on a full-time executive assistant. That might sound extravagant until you realize that assistant saves him 30 hours a month. He uses that time to close deals, build partnerships, and grow his business. The return on investment is exponential. So what can you do right now? Start small. Audit your week. Identify tasks that drain your time but don't grow your income or improve your life. Can you delegate them? Automate them. Eliminate them. Even simple changes like using scheduling apps, hiring help for chores, or batching tasks can free up hours. And those hours, they're your opportunity to invest in learning, earning, or resting, that the benefit is clear. When you buy time, you create space for growth. You stop reacting and start leading. You shift from being busy to being intentional. NS, the first mindset shift that separates the rich from the rest. Now let's explore another surprising truth: why luxury spending isn't always about showing off, but about something deeper. When most people see a wealthy person buying a $10,000 handbag or a $200,000 car, the first thought is often, that's excessive. But here's the truth. Luxury spending isn't always about showing off, it's often about psychology. The rich understand that money is emotional. Every purchase sends a message not just to others, but to themselves. Luxury items can reinforce identity, signal status, and even serve as tools for influence. In many cases, they're not buying the product, they're buying what it represents. Let's break this down. A luxury watch isn't just a timepiece, it's a symbol of precision, success, and legacy. A designer suit isn't just clothing, it's armor for high-stakes meetings. These purchases are often strategic, especially in environments where perception matters. There's also the concept of identity reinforcement. When someone reaches a new level of success, they often invest in symbols that reflect their growth. It's not vanity, it's alignment. They're spending to match the person they've become or aspired to be. And here's the twist. The rich rarely buy luxury impulsively. They plan it, they budget for it. They understand its role in their life and business. That's the difference. It's not emotional spending, it's intentional spending. So what can you take from this? Before any major purchase, ask yourself, what am I really buying? Is it comfort, confidence, recognition, or validation? Understanding the emotional driver behind your spending helps you make choices that truly serve you. And if you're building a brand, a business, or a network, strategic luxury can be a tool, not a trap. It can open doors, spark conversations, and position you in rooms where influence matters. The benefit: you stop chasing status and start using it. You spend with clarity, not comparison. Now let's move deeper into the financial reality of wealth, because maintaining it comes with costs most people never see. Most people dream of being rich, but few understand what it actually costs to stay rich. We often see the glamorous side of wealth: the homes, the cars, the vacations. But behind the scenes, there's a complex web of expenses that most people never think about. And for the wealthy, these costs aren't optional, they're essential. Let's start with protection. High net worth individuals spend heavily on security, both physical and financial. That means private security teams, surveillance systems, cybersecurity experts, and legal advisors. When you have more to lose, protecting it becomes a priority. Then there's tax strategy. The rich don't just file taxes, they engineer them. They hire elite accountants, tax attorneys, and financial planners to structure their income, investments, and businesses in ways that minimize liability. These professionals don't come cheap, but they save millions. Estate planning is another hidden cost. Wealthy families invest in trusts, wills, and legacy structures to ensure their money is passed down efficiently. They pay for generational planning, family offices, and succession advisors. It's not just about having money, it's about keeping it in the family. Even lifestyle maintenance has layers. Luxury properties require constant upkeep: staff, repairs, insurance, and property taxes. Exotic cars need specialized care. Memberships to exclusive clubs, networking events, and philanthropic circles all come with price tags. So what's the takeaway here? Wealth isn't just about accumulation, it's about preservation. And that requires spending. If you're building wealth, start thinking like a steward, not just a spender. Invest in protection, planning, and systems that support long-term growth. Even on a smaller scale, this mindset helps you avoid costly mistakes and build a foundation that lasts. The benefit: you stop chasing short-term wins and start building durable wealth. You become proactive, not reactive. And that's a major shift. Next, let's look at one of the most powerful investments the rich make, not in stocks or real estate, but in themselves. If there's one investment the rich never stop making, it's in themselves. While many people see education as something you fit, college, maybe a few courses, the wealthy treat learning as a lifelong priority. They understand that the most valuable asset they have isn't their money, it's their mindset. And that mindset is constantly being sharpened. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He spends up to 80% of his day reading. Bill Gates takes weeks to isolate himself and absorb new ideas. Oprah Winfrey credits her success to relentless self-development. These aren't exceptions, they're patterns. The rich spend thousands, sometimes millions, on books, seminars, masterminds, coaches, and private mentors. Not because they're trying to fix something, but because they know that every new insight can unlock exponential growth. And it's not just formal education, it's strategic learning. They study negotiation, leadership, psychology, investing, and communication. They learn from people who've already achieved what they want. They pay for proximity to wisdom. Here's a practical example. A young investor. I worked with spent $5,000 to attend a real estate boot. That weekend gave him the tools to close his first deal, and that deal turned into a portfolio worth over $1 million in 5 years. That's the power of targeted education. That's what can you do today. Start small. Set aside a monthly budget for learning, even if it's just $20 for a book or a course. Block time in your calendar for reading, listening to podcasts, or joining webinars. Surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking. The benefit: you stop relying on luck and start building skill. You become adaptable, confident, and capable of creating opportunities instead of waiting for them. And here's the mindset shift. The rich don't ask, "How much does this cost?" They ask, "What will this teach me?" That question alone can change your financial trajectory. Now let's explore a more unconventional spending habit: how the rich turn passion into profit through art, collectibles, and alternative assets. Asterisk to the untrained eye. A wealthy person buying $1 million painting or a vintage car might seem indulgent, even frivolous. But for the rich, these purchases often serve a dual purpose: passion and profit. Art, collectibles, and rare items aren't just trophies, they're alternative assets. They hold value, appreciate over time, and often outperform traditional investments during economic downturns. The wealthy understand this, and they use it to their advantage. Let's take fine art. A Picasso or Basquiat isn't just beautiful, it's a store of value. The global art market is worth over $65 billion, and top-tier pieces consistently rise in value. Plus, art can be leveraged, used as collateral for loans, or passed down as part of a legacy portfolio. Then there's the world of watches, wine, and classic cars. These aren't just hobbies, they're markets. A rare Rolex Daytona can appreciate faster than stocks. A well-preserved Ferrari from the 1960s can sell for millions. Even limited edition sneakers have become tradable assets. And let's not forget digital collectibles. NFTs may have cooled off, but the concept of digital ownership is here to stay. The rich were early adopters not because of hype, but because they saw the potential for scarcity, provenance, and liquidity. So how can you apply this? Start by exploring what you love. Are you passionate about art, fashion, music, or history? Learn about the markets behind those passions. You don't need millions to start, just curiosity and strategy. By what you understand. Focus on quality, rarity, and provenance. And always think long-term. These assets aren't quick flips, they're part of a broader wealth-building strategy. The benefit: you turn spending into investing. You enjoy your assets while they grow in value. And you diversify your portfolio beyond stocks and real estate. This mindset transforms hobbies into financial tools. It's not just about collecting, it's about curating wealth. Now, let's shift gears and explore another area where the rich spend heavily, not just to feel good, but to do good. Let's talk about philanthropy. When the rich give, they don't just donate, they design impact. Philanthropy is often seen as a moral gesture, a way to give back. And while that's true, for the wealthy, it's also a strategic move. Giving isn't random, it's structured, intentional, and deeply tied to legacy, influence, and even tax efficiency. Let's start with legacy. The rich understand that money can outlive them. That's why many create foundations, endowments, or donor-advised funds. These vehicles allow them to support causes they care about: education, health, the arts, while building a name that lasts for generations. Think of the Rockefeller Foundation or the Gates Foundation. These aren't just donations, they're institutions. Then there's influence. Strategic philanthropy opens doors. It connects the wealthy to policymakers, thought leaders, and global networks. A well-placed donation can lead to board seats, speaking opportunities, and access to elite circles. It's not manipulation, it's positioning. And yes, there's a tax angle. In many countries, charitable giving reduces taxable income. The rich use this to balance their portfolios, offset gains, and manage cash flow. But here's the key: they don't give just to save, they give smart. They research organizations, measure impact, and align giving with their values and goals. So how can you apply this? Start by identifying causes that resonate with you, whether it's local education, animal welfare, or environmental protection. Find a way to contribute time, money, or skills. Even small donations, when consistent, build a habit of generosity. And consider structure. If you're growing your income, look into donor-advised funds or recurring giving plans. These tools help you give with intention, not impulse. The benefit: you shift from consumer to contributor. You build meaning into your financial life, and you create ripple effects that go far beyond your bank account. Philanthropy isn't just about writing checks, it's about writing your story. And the rich know that the most powerful legacy is one that lifts others. Next, let's explore a spending habit that's all about joy and fulfillment. Why the rich prioritize experiences over possessions. Asterisk, here's a surprising truth. The rich don't always chase more stuff, they chase more life. While many people equate wealth with materialism, the truly wealthy often spend more on experiences than on possessions. They understand that memories last longer than objects, and fulfillment comes from moments, not merchandise. Think about it. A luxury handbag might bring a few weeks of excitement, but a private safari in Africa, a culinary tour through Tuscany, a week at a silent meditation retreat, those experiences shape identity, deepen relationships, and create stories that last a lifetime. Research backs this up. Studies show that experiential spending leads to greater happiness than material purchases. Why? Because experiences are shared, they're unique, and they become part of who we are. The rich know this and they invest accordingly. But it's not just about joy. Experiences also build social capital. Attending exclusive events, retreats, or masterminds connects the wealthy with other high-level thinkers. These aren't just vacations, they're networking platforms, idea incubators, and deal-making arenas. Here's a real-world example. A tech founder I know spent $15,000 to attend a private leadership summit in Iceland. It wasn't just about the scenery, it was about the people. That weekend led to 2 partnerships and a speaking gig that elevated his brand globally. So how can you apply this? Start by shifting your spending lens. Instead of asking, "What can I buy?" ask, "What can I experience?" Prioritize travel, learning, and connection. Even on a budget, you can explore new places, attend local events, or create meaningful moments with loved ones. The benefit: you enrich your life, not just your lifestyle. You build a portfolio of memories, not just things. And you start living with intention, not accumulation. This mindset helps you see money as a gateway to meaning, not just materialism. Next, let's uncover a clever tactic the rich use to blend lifestyle with business and how they turn personal spending into strategic advantage. Here's a clever truth the wealthy know well. Not all spending is personal even when it looks like it. One of the most strategic habits of the rich is blending lifestyle with business. They understand that many of their day-to-day expenses can be legally structured as business costs. Travel, dining, even parts of their homes when tied to business activities can become deductible. Let's break it down. A luxury dinner at a 5-star restaurant, if it's with a client or partner, it's a business meeting. A trip to a resort, if it includes a speaking engagement or networking event, it's a business trip. Even a home office or studio space can be partially written off if used for work. This isn't about bending the rules, it's about knowing them. The rich work closely with accountants and tax strategists to ensure compliance while maximizing efficiency. They document, categorize, and justify their spending with precision. Here's a real-world example. A content creator I know travels frequently to film lifestyle videos. Her flights, accommodations, and even wardrobe are business expenses because they're directly tied to her brand and revenue. She's not just spending, she's investing in her business. So how can you apply this? Start by identifying areas where your personal life overlaps with your professional goals. Are you building a brand, freelancing, or running a side hustle? Track your expenses. Learn what qualifies as deductible. Consult a tax professional to structure things properly. Even small shifts like using a business credit card, keeping receipts, or separating personal and professional accounts can make a big difference. The benefit: you reduce your taxable income, increase your reinvestment power, and build a smarter financial system. You stop seeing spending as a drain and start seeing it as fuel. This mindset turns lifestyle into leverage. It's not about cutting corners, it's about playing the game with strategy. Next, let's explore a futuristic spending habit that's gaining traction among the ultra-wealthy: investing in health, vitality, and longevity. For the wealthy, health isn't just a priority, it's a long-term investment. While most people spend money reacting to health problems, the rich spend proactively. They invest in cutting-edge treatments, personalized medicine, and biohacking strategies designed not just to extend life but to enhance it. This isn't about vanity, it's about performance. The rich understand that energy, clarity, and resilience are assets. If you're running companies, managing portfolios, or leading teams, your body and mind are your most valuable tools. So they treat them accordingly. Let's talk bio. This includes everything from cryotherapy and red light therapy to stem cell injections and genetic optimization. Some wealthy individuals undergo full body scans annually, track their biomarkers daily, and follow custom nutrition plans designed by elite health coaches. Take Brian Johnson, for example. He's spending millions to reverse his biological age using a team of doctors, strict routines, and experimental therapies. While extreme, it reflects a growing trend. The rich are betting big on longevity. But it's not just about science, it's about structure. Many wealthy people build wellness into their lifestyle. They hire personal chefs, trainers, and sleep consultants. They attend health retreats, practice mindfulness, and prioritize recovery. It's a holistic approach to staying sharp, strong, and sustainable. So how can you apply this? Start with awareness. Track your sleep, hydration, and movement. Invest in quality food, regular checkups, and stress management. You don't need $1 million lab, just a commitment to treating your health as wealth. And consider this: every dollar spent on prevention saves many more on treatment. The rich know this. That's why they spend early, often, and intentionally. The benefit: you gain energy, focus, and longevity. You reduce downtime, increase productivity, and build a body that supports your ambitions. This mindset turns self-care into strategy. It's not indulgence as infrastructure. Now let's wrap up the spending habits with a powerful truth. The rich don't budget like most people. They optimize. Let's explore what that means. Asterisk. Here's a myth that needs breaking. The rich don't obsess over budgets, they build systems. While most people track every expense, cut coupons, and stress over monthly limits, the wealthy take a different approach. They focus on optimization. That means designing financial structures that grow automatically, protect assets, and reduce friction. Let's start with automation. The rich don't manually move money around, they set up systems. Income flows into investment accounts, savings buckets, and tax shelters without constant oversight. This frees up mental energy and ensures consistency. Then there's delegation. Wealthy individuals hire financial advisors, tax strategists, and portfolio managers, not because they can't do it themselves, but because they value expertise and efficiency. They know that one smart move can save or earn far more than DIY tinkering. They also use tools, AI-driven platforms, dashboards, and analytics to monitor performance, spot trends, and adjust strategy. It's not about tracking every coffee purchase, it's about seeing the big picture and making data-driven decisions. And here's the key. They optimize for outcomes, not restrictions. Instead of asking, how much can I spend, they ask, how can I spend better? That means aligning spending with goals, whether it's growth, freedom, or impact. Here's a practical example. A business owner I know allocates 30% of his income to reinvestment automatically. That includes marketing, product development, and team growth. He doesn't wait to feel ready, he builds readiness into his system. So what can you do today? Start by automating your savings and investments. Use budgeting apps that focus on goals, not guilt. Track your net worth monthly, not just your expenses. And if possible, consult a financial planner to help structure your income for efficiency. The benefit: you stop managing money reactively and start leading it proactively. You reduce stress, increase clarity, and build momentum. This mindset turns budgeting from a chore into a strategy. It's not about restricting